Today is January 11th. DJ LeMahieu's camp says we're going to go talk to other teams. The Yankees get Greg Allen and some other news. Let's do it. Let's talk about the New York Yankees.
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy Jake. Recaps galore and weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old Jomboy Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old Jomboy Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us and hanging out with us for a little bit to start off your Monday afternoon here. My name's Jimmy. I got Jake sitting next to me, producer Bug in the corner. Jake is wearing a Jake Sucks hat, an I Love Baseball t-shirt, boots, and jeans. He's ready to go. He had a fantastic weekend. He's riled up. Jake, how you doing?
Wow, Jimmy's here. He's got jeans on as well, his brown shoes, Broken Bat Brewing sweater, hoodie, hat, and his Asheville Taurus hats. I'm doing well. His weekend was all right. There were ups and downs, but that happens with the weekends. But he's feeling good today. It's kind of the talk of the office right now. I'm doing well. I mean, huge football weekend. I can give football one weekend of the year, fine. But now we're back, and with this Greg Allen news, it brings in all sorts of questions on this week's episode of Baggage. Didn't even know it was coming. Hey.
How are you?
I'm all right. We opened the show. The Patreons are here. We talked about my inability to hear, which is kind of... It brings me down a little bit because it's like, how's the end going to be? And it's going to be deaf.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll save up enough money for you to get the cock
I mean, they can already do it, right? So,
yeah,
like,
cock ear implants.
In 20 years, when I really need it, they should have really good ear technology.
It costs around $80,000, so just save up.
Okay. Instead, I'll just have one of those. I'll have like an oil filter in my ear. Not the filter, though.
Those old men with like the big... Oh, that's funny.
The old sousaphone in the ear. So yeah, I'm doing well. A little bit of an apartment hunt going on.
You leaving the building?
I've been close to the city for like a year, so
yeah,
it's been a hell of a year.
You really got to enjoy all that New York has to offer.
So all those Yankee games, but
is it coming to a head? Because you've been searching apartments for a while.
Which head?
Both.
Yes. I mean, Jess has decided that she needs another space to kind of get away from me.
You guys need a second bedroom
get
for
away
sure.
From me. Yeah. Some room to operate and percolate. Nix it tonight. What? How are you?
You're just throwing out all our other shows.
That wasn't even ad for Talking Knicks. That was just a Clyde Frazier ad, I think.
I'm doing good. Yeah. Doing good. I'm excited to get going. Like, spring training starts April 1. I mean, psych, reverse that. Spring training starts February 18th, and the season starts April 1, which we're all supposed to act like.
Right.
We're a little bit 2 weeks away from go mode over here at Jomboy Media headquarters with PPPs and TPPs. Like, you will see me get frantic once we have to. That's a big endeavor, but I'm doing really well. I'm excited. I found a wedding band that I like, which is game changer. Just someone said the silicone one's for every day, and then the gold one for big events.
And I'm saying this genuinely.
Yeah.
That it's just symbolic. Like, it's not, that doesn't have significance. You bought like a lot of those.
Yeah, they're like $10.
It's just like a symbol. Yeah.
10.
Okay.
Katie wants me to wear the ring.
Right.
She doesn't care if it's the gold or whatever.
Right.
But I say, well, I'll wear it if it's comfortable. And this one's like mighty comfortable.
I'm in on that.
Yeah. So I have a bunch of different colors.
How'd you say mighty?
Just giving BBD some early love. Or dropping a lot of show references here.
A lot of shows.
Anyway, Brian Cashman's listening, and we just wanted Cashman come on the show.
We're ready. We've had a lot of informal, like, Cash, we know you're listening, come on the show. Formally, Brian, we are ready to talk.
I'll put it out there in the public eye. I'll let him know everything.
Yeah.
I texted Cashman.
Yeah.
Or DM, I guess. See if he responded yet. No response yet.
No response yet.
This is the text sent to Brian Cashman, DM. Since we can't celebrate in the lobby this year,
Yeah.
little flex. Open invite to come on the podcast and celebrate whatever move, parenthesis, moves.
Leaving it open.
Hint, like Cash, do more than one thing.
Right.
You're about to make. Hope you and the fam are doing well. Because I do hope that.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then I said, that's it. Now, you sent one as well, right?
I sent a message to Mr. Cashman as well. I don't know if I know how to find it, so that's where I'm at.
Okay. This button.
What button are you hitting over there?
This one.
That button?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not coming up for me.
Maybe you didn't send it.
It
Maybe
deleted me.
He deleted you. Anyway, Cash, we know you listen to podcasts on your commute. We're ready for you because I'm going to defend Cash a little bit
Right.
this episode. But if I mean, Brian, we're being honest.
Brian.
There is an outcome here where I'm going to be very mad at you as a Yankee fan.
Right.
So, but right now, the headline about DJ, and we'll get into that right now.
Sure.
And anyone that's listened to this show can pretty much guess what we're going to say because we've said it all along, and it's really frustrating to see the reaction to this headline. The latest headline is DJ LeMahieu's camp came out and said DJ's getting impatient. He told his agents to re-engage with other teams. Or no, to engage with other teams. Not re-engage, to engage with other teams. I saw that headline and I was like, what?
Yeah. You
haven't been going to other teams? That's the whole process we're in. Cashman made you his offer. Now you go to other teams and see if anyone will beat that offer. And if they can or will, you come back to Brian and then he tells you, we can't go that high. And then I'll be furious. Or he tells you, yeah, we'll match that plus a little extra because we're going to pay you what the market demands. Unreal if they sincerely haven't been talking to other teams. That headline is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So my takeaway was Brian Cashman, who's listening right now, had to hear that headline and be like, thank God.
Yeah.
Finally. We've been telling you to go talk to other teams.
The next step can begin. Yeah, it's weird, man, and we do a lot of trying to read between the lines of actual journalism reporting and what's going on, and hey, not for nothing, the Yankees have Cashman's recent track record has been very straightforward of what they want to do. We're not in on Harper Machado. And he has said, DJ LeMahieu is our first priority. We're working on it. I think what's happening, man, and I think baseball, I kind of had this realization in the shower this morning, Jakey showers, is baseball's about to get loud. None of the top free agents at their positions have been signed yet. It's January 11th. And so I was going through my head the teams that are going to bring in a big fish, like someone that could be around a $20 million salary. And, it's the Yankees are there. The Blue Jays, from everybody we've heard, are in on guys. Pretty much nobody in the Central, unless the White Sox are looking to do something. Maybe Houston. I had them on the maybes list. The whole NL East is kind of doing stuff, so that's fun. But the teams are really limited. And, again, the top free agent at every position is still there. So if you start doing some turkey math about guys that want to get paid, there's not enough teams to pay them at this point. So I'm guessing that DJ LeMahieu's camp, and, again, with this specific situation, DJ has been awesome with the Yankees. And I think the way that baseball has developed around him has been advantageous for him. The high fastballs, he can handle those. The low and slow stuff away, he can handle those. He's really good at going the opposite way. He is more valuable at Yankee Stadium with the short porch. And, man, I think the market for LeMahieu and our Trevor Plouffe, who popped over here for an episode, if you've seen us on Talkin Baseball, said that DJ, might get a Mike Moustakas payday, which was 4 for 64. With the way the market is, things might be edging that way, and I think DJ's camp might be going, what the hell? Look what just happened. We had 2 international free agents say
embarrassing.
They're going back. They're going back to Asia. Sugano, who's a guy that could potentially be a Tanaka type, which during a right MLB season could be worth $10 to $20 million. That guy didn't get the contract offer he wanted, so he's going back to the Yomiuri Giants instead of living out one of his dreams of playing Major League Baseball. So
I have a chime in on that point.
Jim, chime in on that point.
Does that make you terrible for the sport of baseball?
Yes.
There's two different places in my head. A lot of people have difficulty understanding this.
Sure.
There's a baseball fan, and then there's Yankees fan.
Right.
Baseball fan. That's awful. Like you're saying. Embarrassing look that we're supposed to be the premier league for players to land, and this dude who's been the best in Japan wants to come over and put it on the big stage and the big display, and no one will offer him like remotely what he's worth. That they can go make more money other places. That's baseball brain Jimmy.
Well, I know the other just caveat to that is the rumor is he got offered his same contract that he has with the Yomiuri Giants. So he was already offered that, which I think some of the guys coming over don't normally have. And I think that almost backfired in this baseball economy because they were basically saying like, oh, you want to play here? Same contract. And it's like, you guys are douche nozzles.
Yankees fan Jimmy.
Right.
Does that mean Tanaka's going to be pretty cheap and we can just get him back?
There's a chance, man. There's a chance.
Or does that mean Tanaka's going to leave and go get more money in Japan too?
Well, dude, that's the part of this that's so bizarre. And when you start lining up the free agents, so this is what I was talking about. The math doesn't make sense. I was looking at Fangraphs earlier. There's about 20 players that are expected to get contracts of $10 million or more this year. And again, it's guesstimating, but for this it works. And that doesn't include, a lot of the elite relievers, the Brad Hands that are expected to get $8 or $9 million, a lot of the high leverage guys. We know that there's a lot of teams that aren't willing to even pay for relievers anymore. So the supply and demand is just out of sorts. I think there's a lot of teams that don't want to compete this year, plus with the upcoming CBA stuff going on. Again, we almost don't allow ourselves to go there, but there is a dream world where the Yankees somehow make out pretty well in all this if all of the prices keep driving down. But it's tough to go there because also the Yankees could be one of those teams that not want to save money this year and they're not sure what the CBA is going to look like next year. So it's been quiet for the Yanks with a chance to turn around. And again, like I had some people comment on my Twitter like, oh, are the Yanks really in the market to sign an impact free agent? Yes. DJ's their number one guy, and they're willing to offer him $20 million a year. And if they don't get him, they're willing to sign two guys for $10 million a year. So yes, the Yankees are still players and there's a lot to see, but I think baseball is about to get loud and messy.
I'm ready to be very upset with the Yankees.
Good.
2 trade deadlines in a row, they didn't pull the trigger on anything. They went out and got Cole. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a big one.
That is a huge one. It's a big one. But yeah, I mean, there is like, a lot of people that are saying doom and gloom. Yeah, obviously I'm trying to say wait till the end because they can still bring DJ back and Tanaka back and make some moves, make a trade.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we're setting up to be bad. Like if someone outpays DJ, especially the Blue Jays, I'm pissed. Now we'll see what the counter moves are.
Right.
I don't think
it's not looking like they're going to get Lindor anymore.
No, that doesn't seem like that's going to be the counter.
And here's where things do get interesting. So the DJ LeMahieu, we've all been wondering if it hovers around 20. We've been wondering years, blah blah blah. Let's say there isn't a huge market for DJ LeMahieu, which honestly there's a couple teams in on him, but at the price tag you got to wonder. If DJ's price this year sneaks a little lower, and I wonder if, let's say DJ and the Yankees does happen, which I still think will happen.
Yeah.
If they can get this year's number lower, we see contracts, guys will get $16 million the first year, $20 million the second, $22 the third, blah, blah, blah. That could be really impactful for the Yankees, especially this year where Archie Bradley, or this relief pitcher pool that is stacked. If DJ LeMahieu could open up, if we thought he was going to get $21 million per year, if he gets 15 or 16 this year, that could bring you 2 impact relievers this year. So, hey, I'm trying to get myself excited.
Get excited.
I'm excited.
No, I am trying to. I just don't like the reporting of the negotiations.
Yeah.
It's just like,
We're going to talk to other teams. Oh, free agency.
oh,
That's really smart.
yeah. You just thought the Yankees were going to bid against themselves?
Just every week bring a bigger offer.
Yeah. It makes no sense. It's almost an embarrassing update. But see, a lot of Yankees fans read that and got mad at the Yankees. And it's like,
Yeah.
What? This is normal. They should be engaging other teams to find out the market that he's worth.
Yeah.
And then if they come back and they get a higher offer from the Blue Jays or someone, and they say, hey, we're going to need you to go to this, and Cashman doesn't go to that, then let's be upset.
Yeah.
But that headline's just nothing. Wait and see, because we could be upset soon. That's that. Nothing more on that, really.
Nothing more on that. I just, we like to try to educate people using our dumb fashion we use. If you want to go to Fangraphs and look at their free agent tracker, I mean, guys, look at these names: Bauer, Springer, Real Muto, Tanaka, Ozuna, Simeon, Turner, like Nelson Cruz, Didi, Brantley, like DJ LeMahieu. The market hasn't started yet.
No.
We've almost seen these arbitrary deadlines come up. I mean, the only one that something had to, James McCann was the only guy that a move really had to happen. Charlie Morton, we kind of forgot about him. He got the 1 year for 15, but he's got his own specific situation going on. So yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating. I get your emotion as a Yankee fan. What's Cashman doing? Cashman's not spending money in a bad fashion. So look at it that way.
Bring DJ back.
I will say another thing for Yankee fans. I don't think Schwarber's coming to the team.
$10 million for 1 year. Great for Schwarber. I actually like it for the Nats. We'll talk about that on Talkin' Baseball, but Yankees weren't going to do a 1 year $10 million for Schwarber.
No.
It was technically 2 years option stuff, but it's a $10 million guarantee.
Yeah, and it's one of those, you say a good thing, and baseball's advancing, and we need to, businesses grow and adapt. But someone showed when Jay Bruce hit free agency for the first time, he got a 3 year, $40-something million deal, and his numbers are everything's just a tick below Schwarber. So it's the evolution of the game, so you almost can't get mad at it that way, but it also shows, going back to Sugano, the pitcher that was supposed to come over, Kikuchi a couple years ago got 3 for 45 or something, 3 for 48, and Sugano got offered 4 for 40. So baseball's in a really weird spot right now between the COVID and losses, quote-unquote losses last year, with the CBA coming up that, when we start talking luxury tax, that could be taken out of the CBA next year. So you wonder what rumors are going on, or you wonder how it looks that, I don't know, there's still a world where the Yankees can make this work. And, yeah, I just got myself really excited about saving some money on DJ in this first year to load up the bullpen. Done.
I still like my
That's
initial
huge.
plan of just doing 4 years and an option and get it to $80 million.
I'm starting to think the number's going down. I mean, look at the reports. The number's not going up.
All the reports tell you that DJ's not getting that money from anywhere else, unless someone surprise sneak attacks at the end. We'll see. Something did happen, though. Greg Allen.
Yeah.
Yankees, the Padres DFA'd Greg Allen. Yankees traded for him. Do we know what this trade was, BBD? Do we know, is it a player to be named
traded
later?
a low-level lefty prospect I haven't heard of. I don't even think he's really a prospect. He might be.
If you have no idea who Greg Allen is, he's a switch-hitting outfielder that was with the Indians, soon to be not Indians, for a while. He has no bat, really bad.
Particularly no bat from the right side.
Yeah. No bat. I mean, even from the left side, he's a 600 OPS. Yeah. But, he's a body. Now, Jake, here's where I said this to you earlier.
Sure.
This move means nothing.
Whoa.
I'm going to go 95%.
27-year-old reliever James Reeves is the return.
Okay.
688 OPS from the right, hitting lefty, so.
Okay. Now, this move means nothing.
Watch out.
But let's go into the
Stanton.
weeds. Let's do just an experiment here.
Okay.
What if this is the first domino? What could the potential next dominoes be?
So what if I told you Greg Allen career on the road has a 717 OPS?
From what side? And either side?
Either.
Okay, so he's just a road player.
So, I mean, Greg Allen on the road times
Just not in Cleveland.
times Marcus Tim swing harder.
Swing harder.
I mean, what are we looking at here?
I mean, obviously he's the next Geo, right? He's going to become an offensive wizard. No, this means nothing. But if we want to play the domino game,
So what's next?
if there's interest in Talkman, this could be, you know, if
Ooh.
the Marlins do really want that,
that-
lefty outfielder, and Cash has traded with the Marlins
Right.
before, they picked up Greg Allen because they know they're about to trade Talkman in a package somewhere. That could be one domino that, again, this is just...
Okay, we're doing dream dominoes.
It's not even dream. It's just
Right.
like, hey, what if the Greg Allen trade is the first domino? What if it means something more is happening? I don't think it does. I think it's just a cheap backup option for depth. Does it mean Gardner's not coming back?
I mean, for me, I'm always looking for this year's Shane Robinson.
Yes.
And you always want that to be an upgrade. And I think Greg Allen is an upgrade from the Shane Robinson we got to see. Yeah, man, I kind of like where you're going with that Talkman stuff. If a team does want to take a chance on him, and man, Talkman has some weird stats. Let's go back to what I was saying about relievers before. There's some teams, and we have confirmation of this, that are like never going to pay bullpen pieces. Look what happened with Jonathan Holder. We did that a few episodes ago. Teams, a lot of the small, medium market teams are never going to pay their bullpen guys. Because if you look at it from a WAR standpoint, relievers don't really rack up WAR. So if there's a team that thinks Mike Talkman can be even a 1 WAR outfielder for them for the next 3 years, you can get a decent reliever back for that. So, hey, maybe that is what Cashman's alluding to. I don't know, man. It's, when we're playing the what does the Greg Allen trade mean, it usually means we're in early to mid-January.
Okay. Does it mean Gardner's not coming back?
I don't think so, man. I mean, the Gardy thing, you and I, and we've told the Talkin' Yanks people this a lot, and, not to think we're flexing on you guys, but I mean, Gardy's agent was at spring training, and if you got one guess at the guy at the bar who would be Brett Gardner's agent, you would have got it right. He was wearing one of those, like, Southern guy fishing shirts. Like, didn't look like he was working. And it was basically confirmed, they were waiting for the Cole deal to go down, and then they'd figure out Brett's money. So, that handshake could have already happened. I mean, dude, I think Brett's coming back. I mean, how weird would it be if, like, Gardy in a Braves uni or something? I can't even...
I think it's Yankees or he's in that spring training free agency camp and signing in May.
I mean, I hear you, but Gardy's numbers didn't look terrible. And again, this was my thing with Brett Gardner whenever it got brought up. Like, look at the center fielders that are around. There's not a lot.
All right. Talkman for Zach Pop.
Oh, I love it.
Zachy Pop.
Z-Pop.
Z-Pop. I don't know. I just chose a random reliever on the Marlins
Got him.
roster resource.
Zach Pop to the Yanks.
Yeah. I didn't even look at anything about him.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with Zach Pop.
Didn't
if
pitch
I'm
in
being
2020.
honest.
Well, he's a minor leaguer in the Marlins system.
Zach Pop.
Zach Pop, just a great name.
I'm talking about getting like a good current reliever for Talkman.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Yimi Garcia.
Yeah. Gimme that.
Yimmy that. That's funny. Good joke, Jake.
Thank you.
Wordplay on a name. People like that. Garcia. Yimmy. Yimmy. That's what my old coworkers at Domino's used to call me.
Yeah,
Yimmy.
it's true.
Yimmy, no pepperoni. That was Oakman specifically. My
Thanks for listening, Oakman.
Oakman. Yeah, he probably listens. No, he hated me at the end. I got really angry. Once he learned English, I was like, oh, shit, man.
I forgot you and Oakman were beefing.
You don't like me, huh? I thought we were boys. It was just me and him from 10 to 5 in that Domino's chilling. Yimmy Garcia is a free agent in 2022, so I don't know. Is that what you want?
Done.
1.6 on the books right now.
Gimme for Taki.
Okay.
Good trade.
The other update we have here is that the Yankees brought back Tyler Lyons. Why are you always lying?
We like Tyler Lyons.
Remember, you got like a handsome day that one time?
Yeah.
He also, has he pitched in the playoffs for us twice now?
Tyler Lyons. Lyons handsome.
And
He
they
looked so handsome that one day.
they signed Jhoulys Chacin to a minor league deal.
If you search Tyler Lyons handsome, you get some good results. A lot of them are from like 2013.
Okay, Tyler Lyon handsome. I'm not even. Did I spell his name wrong?
Jason Hayward hit it a ton off of Tyler Lyons in a handsome face-off, but Piscotti looked ugly trying to find the ball against the wall. That was Viva Alberto's June 2nd, 2017.
Good stuff. Good stuff. What about Chacin? You got anything on him?
Did Mike Matheny murder Tyler Lyons because he couldn't handle someone more handsome than himself on the team? October 13th, 2015.
Who said that?
Master P. Ramen.
Master P. Ramen?
Well, his is hats for mats. So it seems like your kind of guy.
Well, she's just trading in hats for mats.
Hats for mats.
I got a ton of hats, and I got a need for mats.
Chacin, 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 Chacin.
Jhoulys
Had himself a
Chacin.
week last week.
I saw
Follow
you
that.
in
What's that?
the corner.
In like a 24-hour window, he became a U.S. citizen. The capital stuff happened.
Crazy day.
Then the next day was his birthday and signed a minor league deal with the Yankees. So
Chacin's been in the league for 12 years now.
Dude, this is this year's. Who was our lefty
Jaime
last
Garcia.
year? No, last year that we fell in love with. Travelon,
Luis
Avalon. If you have the clip, David.
And now I think I'll travel on to Avalon.
He's a starter, though.
But he might not be with these Yankees. He might be. But remember when we all looked at Luis Avalon's baseball reference and we're like, oh, he's had a really good career? Look at Chacin's page, man.
I know.
Half good.
Half good. Looks like he went from the Brewers to the Red Sox in 2019, and they put him into the pen. Nope, never mind. They just used him as an opener. Yeah, they just used him. He only lasted
We saw him
2
with the
innings.
Red Sox that one day. He looked really good, right?
2 innings pitched, 0 hits. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And then they used him 2 days later, 1 inning pitch, 0 hits. I mean, this is a depth piece. Like, I kept saying other names. I kept saying, like, Kluber and Richards as, like, to just not to put them in the minor league deal, but
Right.
to lengthen it. And this is first injury.
if Jhoulys Chacin is our 7th starter coming into the season, are we happy?
Yeah, I think he's
I think
already
so.
above that.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I think he's already, like, 5th or 6th.
Well, we're saying the exact same thing because we're also talking about the Yankees potentially signing Tanaka or someone. Like, if they sign Tanaka tomorrow, I think Chacin would be 7.
Yeah. If he has a good spring training or whatever, I think he's, like, making the team as the 5th starter.
Yeah, or long relief or versatile weapon. I mean, at
Long
this point
relief
in
would
his-
be nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be 33, different point in his career. If this guy ends up pitching innings for the Yankees, I think there'd be a lot of like, oh, who's Chacin, Cashman, what are you doing? No, like, go look at his players page. This guy's been around. He's pitched a lot of pretty good Major League Baseball. I think it is funny that the mentally, if I've got 6 guys before Chacin, I'm pretty happy. If he's our 6th starter, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Jhoulys.
Jhoulys. So I'm going to go to Jhoulys Chacin's baseball savant page.
Okay.
And I'm going to click random video.
Ooh.
And this will determine how many,
haven't done this in a while.
PBPs are coming up.
Yeah.
His impact on the Yankees
This is
this year.
big. This is
Well,
big.
this random video will determine that. I'll put the volume
he's
up.
in the bigs all year. Gets 10 years of service time.
That's huge.
So,
So the Yankees will fuck with
Rooting
that.
for him.
Just to be mean. Here we go. First pitch, 2nd inning versus Pittsburgh.
There's a first pitch strike from Chacin. Moran.
Pump it.
It's a nice pitch, Jake. Take a look at this pitch.
One of the better names ever.
Ooh, I'm going to hard disagree.
Really?
Ready? Watch this pitch.
I'm watching it.
There's a First pitch.
Painted the outside corner.
Outside. Came back in. Strike. Oh, shit. Colin Moran.
And so I'm not saying we should expect this, but if you think we're just blowing smoke up your pooper, I wish. 2017, 2018, Jhoulys Chacin started 32 games in 2017, 35 games in 2018, a 3.89 ERA and then a 3.5. So, like, this guy was a really solid 3-4 starter for a full season as of 2 years ago, which in baseball and a pitcher his age can be a long time ago. But as a depth piece, be okay with Jhoulys Chacin.
That at-bat against Colin Moran ended with a ground out. So.
You don't like his name?
No, because there's no way that we're pronouncing it correctly, and everyone's going to be mad at us.
No, we are.
Jhoulys Chacin.
I mean, one of the better baseball reference pronunciations.
I don't trust baseball reference pronunciations anymore.
Brewers opening day starter 2019.
Look at that.
Interesting. Well, anyway, I'm not trying to
war.
I'm not trying to say this is a huge move
No.
at all, or even a big move, or even a medium-sized move, but I think it got completely swept under the rug. Like, this is, like, the same as trading for Zach Pop, but I think it's... Well, actually, Zach Pop I don't know anything about Zach Pop, besides it's a great name.
Yimmy.
Do you think our Zach, is jealous of that name?
No.
Zach Rock?
You think he wants to be Pop?
He'd like Zach Rock better.
I had something inappropriate I was going to say.
You were going to say Zach Cock.
No.
Yeah, you were. Jake nodded his head yes.
Hey, bring in Jhoulys Chacin.
Yeah.
Phil. Nevin. That's it's Jhoulys Chacin. No, it's not.
Jhoulys. Okay. That's the whole thing. Goodbye.
Call Nevin.
We're
not on that level.
No. We have to have him as a guest, like, one more time, and then I'll be at that level.
Call Hoch real quick.
Conversation.
Hey, how are you?
Conversations with Hoch last a while.
I'll put a 5-minute timer on it.
All right.
This is just a chance. If not, then we'll have to have everyone tweet at him. You ducking us? Pretend it's like a big boxing match.
Have I ever called Hoch before?
If he answers, tell him you've got 5 minutes on the clock.
9-1.
Oopsie-daisy.
Oh, that was dumb.
Dumb.
Okay.
Will Ferrell effing dumb, yo. It's mean tweets. Are those hot again?
Oh, mean tweets was pretty good.
Remember when that was a thing?
Mark Ruffalo's going to go with this face. This movie's going to suck.
Starting.
Hello,
Bryan Hoch. This is Jimmy O'Brien.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. We're live on Talkin'
You're
Yanks
live.
right now. Jake
I can barely hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Jake?
Yeah, it's very low.
Okay, we just have 5 minutes on the clock. Will DJ be a Yankee?
Yes.
Okay, you only took like 5 seconds there.
How ridiculous! how ridiculous is today's update that they weren't talking to other teams?
Oh, he hung up. I don't think he could hear us well.
Okay, he couldn't hear us well. But, I mean, huge update.
Yes, that's...
Wow. Wow.
Heard it here first.
Damn.
Talkin' Yanks sources say.
Hey.
Feed source,
Yeah.
colon.
Source of a
when
source.
I asked a source if DJ LeMahieu will be Yankee, he said yes.
That's awesome.
That's going to make the rounds.
All right. That's all we got for you.
That was good.
Great DJ conversation. It's still in a scary place of limbo. I'm prepared to be upset. I'm leaning that way a little bit. But we're not there yet.
I'm fantastic. My dream offseason just got better today.
You do end up talking yourself
Oh,
into
it's great. It's great. I could lead myself to hell and back and have no idea I'm doing it.
Chris in the Patreon chat says, make a one-word Hoch report a weekly segment.
Maybe. We'll talk to Bryan about it. He's hot. How
He's
about
calling
this?
back.
Okay, Hoch's calling back.
Bryan.
What happened?
I don't know.
Lost you guys.
Yes, we're recording right now. We actually,
Okay.
someone in our chat said that we should make a one-word Hoch Report, a weekly segment. That's how much of a hit your yes was.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
We're talking about that report that DJ says that now they're going to go engage other teams. How ridiculous is that? Like, why weren't they engaging other teams already?
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, because I think what it tells you is that DJ's first choice was to come back to the Yankees, and the Yankees had made it clear that he was their top priority. But at some point here, it's kind of, I mean, the longer this drags on, I feel like the chances of DJ coming back are diminishing. But I still thought that, all right, going into the offseason, if I had to put a number on it, I thought it was a 95% chance that DJ was coming back. And, you know, I still think it's very high. Maybe now it's 90 or 85, but I still think that when all is said and done, DJ LeMahieu will be back at second base. It just makes too much sense for both sides, really.
I agree. Jake?
Hey, Bryan, it's Jake.
Who?
Okay. Do
Jake.
you think that 20 million number has kind of been the number everyone's been hovering on? Like, that probably would have been the over-under. Do you think kind of where things are at, could you see us maybe heading south of that? I just talked myself into the Yankees doing a kind of a tiered contract. So DJ starts this year at 16 and they signed 2 relievers. So can you believe that with me for a second?
Yeah, like a backloaded contract?
Yeah,
I guess
sure.
so, yeah. I mean, however you want to spread the money, DJ's going to get paid no matter what, and he should be. He deserves to be. So he's going to get a raise over what he made the last couple of years. What was he? He was at 2 and 28, right? So, yeah, I think 16 is probably a little low, but if you want to go like a 20 and then that escalates to, say, 22, 24, I'm just kind of doing the math in my head. But, yeah, I think that you could definitely – it doesn't have to evenly pay him over the life of the deal, especially – and here's the reason why that kind of makes sense to me, because the financial state that MLB is in right now, you're coming off a pandemic year where you played 60 games and didn't have any fans in the stands. Like, money is tight right now. But if fans come back 2022, 2023, 2024, like – you're going to have packed houses at Yankee Stadium again. Like, the money's going to be flowing. They're going to turn the faucet back on. So I understand a little bit of the idea of trying to save a couple bucks here if you can, and then just kick it down the line a little bit.
Follow-up question. Why is my TikTok now a bunch of 20-year-olds dancing in you?
You're welcome for that. The better question is, why has that not happened sooner? TikTok's kind of fun. I'm enjoying hanging out and seeing what the kiddies do. I do feel like that meme where it's Steve Buscemi in the high school saying, how do you feel? How do you do, fellow kids? But it's kind of cool. Yeah, I've certainly been on Twitter and Instagram, and I guess this was the natural next step, right?
Yeah.
And final question, The Bronx Zoom. Is that the title of the book? I saw you submitted it. It's done. What's the progress there?
Bronx Zoom is, thank you. It's in the editing process. It'll come out June 8th, so a good Father's Day gift if you want to circle that on your calendar. But, behind the scenes with the 2020 Yankees, obviously when I started writing the book, we thought, hey, this team could go to the World Series, when they looked awesome. And it didn't quite go that far, as I don't need to tell you guys. But it was still such an interesting year, like, to get behind the scenes with these guys. And I've been talking to a lot of them now that the offseason has hit. And I think it's one of those things where it was just a blur while it was happening. And you just put your head down and try to get through it. And now that they've had a chance to kind of decompress a little bit and be like, wow, that was a crazy year. Like, everything that they had to go through, and with COVID and playing, the social justice process were going on. And, the fact that we had this wild, crazy presidential election going on in the backdrop of this season. Like, there's just... I feel like when you guys pick up the book, and hopefully we can have a book release party, because you guys came to my last one, and I appreciate that. Hopefully we can do that again in 2021. But I think when you pick up the book, you're going to just be like, wow, I can't believe all of that happened in 1 year. And there's some really good baseball stories in there, too, if I do say so myself.
June 8th. It's
June
marked
8th.
down on everyone's calendars already because of Father's Day. Now everyone, that's so nice of you, Bryan, to give everyone an easy Father's Day gift. One of the nicer things you can do for the general public. One last follow-up question. They traded for Greg Allen because they're trading Talkman for Yimi Garcia of the Marlins. Correct or
Thoughts?
incorrect?
Yeah, totally, right?
Yes. Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you, Bryan. Have a good day.
You got it, guys. Take
See ya.
care.
Love you.
Okay, so we clarified everything there.
Wow.
It's great. Great ending. This is a lot of stuff happening.
DJ's resigned.
Yes.
Yimi Garcia
With the tiered contract, like you said.
with the tiered contract.
They're going to get to
that Fawcett point is actually like that wasn't even in my dumb head.
They're
but
going
it
to get
makes
they're
so
going
much
to they're going to
sense.
get it up to like 80, right?
Yeah.
4 years. The first year is going to be like 18. Then it'll go to 20. We're at 38, right?
Okay.
Then you add 22. What's that get us to?
Yep.
60.
And then you're at
Last year's also 20.
20 again. 25. Now we've got it to 85.
I've got the price going down a little bit, man.
Whatever. I did it. And also Yimi
Okay.
Garcia is coming over for Talkman, which I don't think is a fantastic trade. He's only got 1 year. I'd rather leave it with
2022.
2, but Hoch
Yeah.
confirmed it, so
Damn.
it is what it is now.
Crap. got cash.
Yeah. Anyway,
Cash
thank
gotta
you.
come on the show and
Yeah.
explain
Cash.
that one.
Thank you very much, Bryan, for listening. Hoch and Cashman. Spell their names differently. How would you spell your name if you got the choice to spell Bryan right now?
Bryan?
Yeah,
IAN.
same.
Yeah. The Y's. I could be talked into the Y.
I'm actually naming my son Bryan A. O'Brien.
Brian A. O'Brien.
Middle name just A.
Yeah.
And then they ask, how do you spell that? You say A. And then they say, which one? You say the middle name.
Maybe it's A. O'Brien, A. O'Brien.
Bryan A. O'Brien.
But your guy Taki yesterday, did you see that?
Taki?
The guy that ended the game against the Steelers and the Browns, his last name's Taki.
It's a great name.
It's a great name.
Do you like the Nickelodeon
And Mike
broadcast? I guess
Talkman-
we'll talk about that on
Mike
Jomboy Jake.
Talkman just got traded
For
for
Yimi,
Yimi Garcia.
which is what my old coworker, Oakman, called me. So everything in the end comes full circle, and that's just Lion King for
Yep.
you. So what an app. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, hi. I enjoy them.
Go Yanks, Tom Grams. Oh, volume's down. Go Yanks, Tom Grams.
Go Yankees.